Hi, I'm Lucy James, and I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hi, I'm Keith Allen, and I play Murphy on Z Nation, and I listen to One Up Gaming Podcast.
Up next on the One Up Gaming Podcast is 10 Minutes of Nothing. Will it be the team talking about nothing or a guest interview? Stick around and find out now. It's 10 Minutes of Nothing. Yeah, 10 Minutes of Nothing.
Hello, you lucky people. Still David, still One Up Gaming. Still episode 412 of the One Up Gaming Podcast. Still sponsored by Games Inspired Music. It's an album available now. Stream it, buy it, Google it. 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity, which is amazing. And you can go to audiobooksontape.com, search One Up Gaming, and you can find a audio cassette, which is like a USB stick in the shape of a cassette. Looked amazing. And you can buy our first 100 podcasts plus other shows. There's about 5 hours or 20, maybe 26, I think it was 26 hours worth of content on the stick. So you can buy that, and £1 of each sale will go to the Diabetes UK charity. We also have our first 3 books available to buy, and those books are the unofficial Sega Saturn collection, the unofficial PlayStation collection, and the unofficial Nintendo 64 collection. So that is those. So this is the 10 minutes of nothing. So basically I'm going to pick a topic, talk about it, and there'll be a 10-minute timer, and as soon as that 10-minute timer stops, then we have to stop talking about that topic. So without further, I'll go straight into this and I'll hit the play button. And what we are going to talk about today is the BBC Top Gear best driving games of all time. 50 of the best driving games of all time. So we'll start the timer now. So this is the best 50 driving games of all time according to BBC's Top Gear website. So number 50, we have Supercars 2 on the Amiga and the Atari ST. Now, I can't even remember this game, to be honest. It says it's 1991 top-down racer, blah 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 blah. It looks like a more realistic looking Micro Machines, that top-down sort of view, but with like real backgrounds and cars and stuff. Yeah, not my sort of thing. Next game looks amazing, World Rally, and this is the arcade in 1993. It's an isometric sort of game. It looks like the Neo Geo sort of stuff. Is it Neo Geo? Doesn't say. That's annoying. I'd like to have known. But it's got that kind of Neo Geo proper poppy looking pixels and graphics. It looks really nice. So next up at 48 we have Spy Hunter for the arcade. Now I do remember Spy Hunter. It was like a vertical racing shooter sort of game where you have to race up the screen and shoot enemies as they're coming towards you, and it was a fun time distraction. I don't know about nowadays though. At 47 I will admit Cruis'n Blast arcade 2017. So this is like a modern reimagining of the Cruis'n USA style arcade races, and this is brilliant. I really loved this game. I had it on the Switch and it plays amazing. I hope it comes out for the other consoles, but I think the Cruis'n name was like a Nintendo sort of IP at one time, so they might be like stuck with the Switch. But yeah, it looked amazing, it played amazing, I loved it. 46, we have Stunt Car Racer for the Amiga and the Atari ST, 1989. I remember when I saw this when I was a kid. So 89, so I'd have been like 8 when I saw this. It's very simple, boxy graphics. but I thought it looked almost real. I loved it so much. Number 45, we have a Driver for the PlayStation. Now, I wouldn't really call it, I guess it says driving game, doesn't it? Is it say driving games? Yeah, best driving. I guess I'll give it that. Because the physics, the handling, the momentum, all of it was amazing, especially for the PS1. And yeah, it's a great little game. I loved it. Reflections, amazing. Please come back with more great games like that. So 44, Night Driver Arcade, 1976. I think this is like one of the first ever racing games where it's just like looks like bollards on the side of the road going up to make the track, and you just turn the wheel left and right. Very simple game, but racing games had to start somewhere. Number 43, one of my all-time favourites, Rock and Roll Racing for the Mega Drive and SNES. Now, I had a Mega Drive, didn't really have a SNES when I was a kid, my brother did. And I loved it on the Mega Drive, but now looking back onto it, the SNES one was much better. The sound was better, they didn't clip with the commentating and all that good stuff. 42, Chase HQ. Again, another game in the vein of like the Outrun sort of thing, but this one you have to catch up to a target vehicle and then ram it to stop it, and then you arrest them. It looked good for the time and it played really well, and I really liked Chase HQ. Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco GP2 for the Mega Drive. I've played it, but I can't remember what this game was like. For the Mega Drive, I don't think they'll be very good. No offense to the Mega Drive people out there, but racing games weren't the thing. TOCA Touring Car Championship for the PlayStation, 1997. Now, I thought TOCA 2 was much better. The first one didn't look as good, and it was very stilted and didn't have the momentum that you needed. But what are you going to do? So at number 39, we have Test Drive Unlimited for the Xbox 360, 2006. Now this was like a full open world game in Hawaii, but it wasn't. It was one of the islands of Hawaii, but I can't remember where it was. But yeah, you bought cars, walked around in the factory, sort of like in your showroom to look at the cars, and it looked amazing. It looked absolutely amazing. I tell you, I'm going to have to quickly, I've just looked at the time, Jesus. 38, Hard Driving. Very basic 3D polygon racing stunt driver game. 37, Wipeout, amazing, but I thought Wipeout 2097 was much better. 36, R Factor. I don't think I've played that one. 35, great little game, Diddy Kong Racing, I loved it. 34, again, the sequel was so much better, but they've got Destruction Derby for the PlayStation in 1995. So for me, Destruction Derby 2 was so much better. The graphics, the playability, the physics, everything was so much better. They've got number 33, Le Mans Ultimate, PC 2024. I guess this will be like a downloadable add-on for R Factor 2, but I've again not played it. 32, Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament for the Mega Drive and SNES, 1984. Loved this. Me and my brother played this quite a lot. Top-down racer. 31, Richard Burns Rally for the PC, Xbox and PS2. Another one that felt great, looked great, had a good meaty sort of like physics engine on it. Number 30 was the Lotus Turbo Challenge 2 for the Amiga. Again, another one of these ones that's like the sort of like Chase HQ and Outrun, like the 2D sprite scalers. Gorgeous game for the time, and it played really, really well. 29 was Road Rash, which I never quite liked. The handling wasn't great for me. I loved number 28, which was Grand Prix 2. I think Jeff Crammond, I think it was. Gorgeous game for the time, absolutely amazing. Another great game. 27, Project Gotham Racing 3. Loved this. Everything, all the vehicles had to have a speed of 155 or over. 26 was Crazy Taxi. Great game for short bursts, but kind of got boring. 25, Race Room Racing Experience, not played that. 24 was Drive Club, which, again, it looked great, it played well. Reminded me more like the Project Gotham Racing sort of style, more arcadified. 23 was F355 Challenge for the Dreamcast. Gorgeous game. You had to have it in first person, really realistic sort of at the time game. Really good. Only could race the F355 sort of car. 22 was F124. Again, Codemasters making great games. 21 Grid for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. 20 Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Another big bulky game, engine sort of like proper meaty sort of like physics. 19 Automobilista 2. Again, I've not played that. 18 EA Sports WRC. That came out a couple of years ago. I wasn't a big fan of that. I wasn't a big fan. 17 Ridge Racer 1995. Again, a game that I think like Ridge Racer, like Rage Racer or Rave Racer or Ridge Racer Type 4 was much better overall. Even Ridge Racer 6. Assetto Corsa Competizione, a great game, I loved that. Pole Position Arcade, like a proper old school Namco game. Last year's Forza Motorsport is on number 14, which I will agree is a good little game. iRacing, I loved it when I played it, but that was years ago. 12 Gran Turismo 7, good game. 11 Assetto Corsa, like the original, it was alright, I didn't like the handling. Number 10 Rocket League, I'm going to skip that, it's not a racing or driving game. Number 9 Colin McRae Rally, great game for the OPS1. Number 8 GTR 2, I've not played that. Number 7 Daytona USA, I wasn't a massive fan of Daytona. Number 6 Burnout 3 Takedown, great game, loved it. 5 Forza Horizon 4, great game in the UK. Number 4 Outrun the Arcade Original, great game. Mario Kart 3, Sega Rally Championship, amazing game at 2. And they've got Gran Turismo on the PlayStation as number 1. So, that is the time. What do you guys think of the Top Gear top 50 driving games of all time that they have done? What do you guys think of that? Let me know. Leave comments. Subscribe to us, like us, bell us, all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll have a quick break and we'll be back with the goodbyes. So back after a couple of seconds.